What's up, ladies and G-words? How are we today? I'm going to teach you guys how to get over a breakup or a situationship or anyone like relatively fast, especially if your brain is prone to obsession. This is based on neuroscience and also psychology. So the first thing you want to do is to stop overanalyzing. You might be rereading their text every day, putting it into ChatGPT. Why did he do this? Why did she do that? All you're doing is creating an obsession loop and also a dopamine loop, because every time you get that answer back from ChatGPT, you get a new explanation, a new angle of looking for things. You're just feeding this addiction in your brain and you're keeping them alive. You need to write one document. This is what I do, one document. I write everything I have learned, things that I need to personally transform, because no relationship crumbles just from one person, it crumbles from two people. You need to think about everything that you've learned, what you need to work on now. 2, you need to think about why your relationship has collapsed with that person. And you need to write what I think I missed out on, the dream that I'm now going to have to mourn, and what the reality of the situation is. And when you do this, everything becomes so clear. For example, you might be mourning someone who was amazing to you at the beginning, and now they're kind of bad, which is quite common with women who get love bombed. Now, you write that out. So I'm mourning someone who potentially could have loved me, for example. But the reality of the situation is I'm mourning someone who didn't love me and was inconsistent, actually. And I lost nothing. You see, you really need to rewrite it out and put it onto paper. It is better if you handwrite it as well. But when you see the reality of a situation, it becomes so clear and you're able to cut through this whole like fantasizing process. The main thing is that we don't want your brain to get into an obsessive loop over them, which means block them or mute them, but you absolutely do not talk to them. If you're in a breakup and you keep talking to them, you're keeping a door open. Number one, it's disrespectful to yourself because they can access you at any time. They're not learning their lessons, and it's also going to impact your own healing. You don't really want to see what is going on in their life because your brain will obsess. You'll be like, oh my God, is she with a new man? Who are those flowers from? Who are those flowers from? What is she doing with her life? Should I post something to make her jealous? Did his following go up by 5? You don't want to know. It is not your business to know anymore. Your business now is to learn those lessons, to move on and expand your vessel for your actual soulmate to come in. You don't want to go and obsess and start to manifest SP, changed version of SP, because guess what? If you just focused on your self-concept and you and your vessel and your tikkun, your vessel will expand enough that either they can come back transformed, spiritual law, or your actual soulmate is going to come in. Either way, you can't lose. But you do lose if you continue to ruminate, obsess, stalk them, allow them to have access to you. You care about what they're doing. You're giving them way too much energy. And also you're just reinforcing this dopamine loop in your brain. You must cut out this dopamine loop. Also, don't block out pain. If you want to cry, allow yourself to cry, especially for the first week, depending on how long you were together for. Don't block out these emotions because it will come out sooner than later. There's a reason why men tend to experience the breakup withdrawal emotions 6 months later, because men tend to suppress emotions because they do not have the emotional support system that women do. And they also don't know how to process emotions properly. So they deal with it like 6 months later. By then the woman has moved on. Allow yourself to grieve, cry. I like to listen to Madison Beer. I think she's so relatable. And then once that's gone, you can listen to like some boss up music afterwards, but you don't want to do it beyond 1 week or 2 weeks, because after that, now you're going to associate this music to them. It's creating a new link in your brain. You don't want that. You want to have new free links for your new life, which means listen to music totally unrelated to relationships or love. Listen to new music to dream of your new life and to create something new. You don't want to have these little ties which are linking you to the past, because it would just bring you back to them. You also don't want to focus on glowing up as revenge for whatever they did to you to make them regret, because then you're tying your success and your glow up to them. Everything must be you pouring love into yourself and doing it for you and for the purpose of expanding your vessel so that you can reach your higher partner and attract them to you. Also, I really don't suggest going on dating apps, because that's typically what people who can't validate themselves do and they're insecure. They want to go find like a new woman, a new man to give them attention. You can't be alone. You can't sit with yourself, and you're going to repeat the same patterns over and over again and ultimately never really find happiness. So sit with yourself, validate yourself, do the inner work, having full certainty that if you're able to do it, you're going to meet someone good for you eventually. And remember, stop obsessing, pour that love into yourself, stop all of these obsessive loops. Every single time you're like, okay, I want to check their Instagram, what are they doing right now? Stop. Give yourself the 5-minute rule and walk away from your phone. Because if you just do it, okay, just once, I'm gonna do it, you get that dopamine hit, it reinforces the loop, you get more and more addicted. Now, the longer this goes on, the longer all the actions we talked about in this video go on, it's going to be harder and harder and harder to break it. One thing you must also tell yourself is, I'm choosing to move on. I'm deciding right now to move on from this person. If you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, like I want them to come back, will they come back? You're never allowing yourself to actually move on because you're waiting. And at the same time, you might be looking like a complete idiot because they've decided to move on and you're here like, oh my God, let me manifest them back. No, guys, focus on yourself, focus on your vessel, focus on learning the mistakes and being so grateful that this was revealed to you so that now you can go and have a healthier relationship. I will see you on my main channel video tomorrow. It is nearly 1 hour long. 26 things I learned in 26 years. Okay, see you guys.